Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So with the summer fast approaching, or kind of already here actually, I have had a few requests to do videos about perfumes to wear in humid weather, because I know a lot of people look for a perfume to take on vacation with them, and also a lot of you live in quite humid climates. So here is that video. If you're new here, then welcome. All about perfumes here, so check out all my hundreds of other perfume review videos. I have so many on different notes, perfume for different seasons. And if you're a regular and you haven't subscribed yet, then do hit the subscribe button and show your support. I really appreciate it and love all you guys who are my subscribers. So my first recommendation has to be Versace Bright Crystal. If you've been watching for a while, you know that I love this and I recommend it a lot. The Absolute version as well is really good. And basically this is just to me, this is what freshness smells like. The main note here is peony, and peony is my favorite flower. It's a beautiful fresh smell. It isn't floral in a traditional sense. It smells very, very fresh and uplifting. And then you've got things like lotus notes in here, yuzu, which is kind of like a very fresh lemony smell, and it's just fresh. It smells really clean. It's that just got out the shower, freshly cut peony smell. And what I like about it is that it has this kind of otherworldly quality. It's really hard to describe. It's kind of like aquatic-y, oceanic-y, and it lingers around you. So even though it's light and it's fresh, it actually stays and lasts, which is very unusual. So that's why I really rate it. If you want it to last a bit longer, get the Absolute version. It's basically the same, just like a darker coloured pink. And you can get these at such good prices. Like this is a small size, 30 ml, but you can get the full size for really good prices, maybe like 40 pounds, maybe 45 pounds, which is great for a big size, right? So as always, I'll leave the links down below to where you can get all these. The US, UK, Europe, but really recommend this and really love this for when it's just super hot, and this is just going to make you feel fresh. So my next recommendation is from the Omnia range from Bulgari. So first of all, Crystalline. Crystalline has the lotus note in it that we have in Versace Bright Crystal, which again is just so fresh and clean. It also has tea in, very like fresh tea leaves and bamboo and pear, so all very tropical fresh scents, and very clean, very neutral. And what is unusual about this is that it's not floral, it's not sweet, it's just very clean. So if you're one of those people that doesn't want something floral or or anything that's sweet, you just want something clean, fresh, feminine, then I always recommend this. And I think it's a very classy smell. I mean, of course it's Bulgari, they make really classy perfumes, so this would work in a professional environment, you know, perhaps you work in an office or something, very doctor, this would, I'd really recommend. And then Omnia Pink Sapphire is a little bit more fun version. It's a citrusy perfume, so pomelo, which is like a grapefruit, lots of citrus notes in, so it feels super grapefruity. I love pomelo. It really is lovely, this. It also has frangipani and chiari flowers, so all those very tropical notes, but it's super grapefruity, super fresh, and I just think this is exactly what you want when it's just super hot and humid and you want something very fresh and uplifting and sharp and clean. So for something fresh and fruity and green, G&G's number 3 L'Impératrice is a rhubarb perfume, and this is a bit of a Marmite perfume, I'd say. Some people hate it, a lot of people really love it, and it's the only one that remains from this range that G&G had, these numbered anthology ones, so it does sell well. That's why they've kept it and not kept any of the others. So it's the kind of perfume It's kind of slightly sweet, but it's more a green rhubarb. So if you like fruity things like strawberries, raspberries, or you like citrus, it's not like that. Rhubarb is a very green, you know, green grass outside type smell. So if you like that type of thing, then you'll probably like this. If you like the smell of rhubarb, you'll like this. But some people don't. They find it too green, I think. I think it's nice. I think it's very fresh and clean, and it's just not, it's not sweet, it's not girly, it's just a fresh fruitiness, and that's why I think it'd be good for very humid weathers. So if you are looking for something a little bit floral, but you don't want those like heavy flower potpourri type smells, then I'd recommend the new one from Kenzo called Poppy Bouquet. So first thing to note is it has no poppy in it. There's no poppy note in here because I don't think poppy's a very fresh note. What it is basically gardenia, and gardenia is a very fresh floral. I always think gardenia is really pretty for weddings. Like, I'd recommend this as a wedding perfume. It's kind of a bit like peony in the way that it's a floral, but it's very airy and fresh floral. And I just think it's very classy. It doesn't really smell like the original Kenzo, which was very powdery, and it's not sweet like Kenzo Tag. It's just like a pretty delicate, innocent gardenia. So this would definitely be good when it's humid, because that gardenia is very fresh and uplifting, like a bride walking down the aisle. You know, it's not heavy like at all. So another really good fresh floral with peony and yuzu in is Flowerfall from Ferragamo, and this is kind of similar to Versace Bright Crystal. I mean, look at the bottles, they are the same kind of colour. You know, it's definitely not a dupe, but it's of a similar vein. Whereas this is all peony yuzu freshness. This has some slightly sweeter notes in. So it has black currants and it also has Campari. So it's definitely yuzu more than it is peony, and then I start to get the sweetness of the Campari and the black currants, but it's still very light and fresh, and it feels like a fun like fresh smell, but that slight bit of Campari and fruitiness in there makes it a little bit more interesting, perhaps a little bit more sexy. But this is still very much a summer perfume, and it's kind of like just a fruitier version of the original. I'd recommend both really for humid weathers, but this is my personal favourite from the two. Of course, Dolce & Gabbana's light blue with its appley and lemony notes in would be really nice for hot weather, but it just doesn't last that long, so get the intense version. And I do like the new one, Love is Love, but this has a little bit of raspberry in, but it's quite similar to the original, so nice and fresh. But I wouldn't say it's my favourite from this list, and that something like Versace Bright Crystal will last longer. So next we have Escada Resort Couture. This is their summer line version, and I've spoken about this quite a few times in the past couple of months, and a lot of you have messaged to say that you've got it and you're absolutely in love with it. So I think this has been a big hit with you, and it's certainly a big hit with me. And this is discontinued, guys, so you must get it before it goes. I'll leave the links below. It's a beautiful orange blossom, just like the original Escada Le Parfum, but it has some fruitiness in there that makes it like a bit more summer, a bit more holiday. But orange blossom is a very sparkling note, so I think this would work fine in a humid weather, because it's like floral but fresh, and then that fruitiness again keeps it fresh and good for humid weather. But you definitely have to like orange blossom to like this perfume, but I think it's amazing. And because it's discontinued, it's at quite good prices now. It hasn't got to the point where it's so rare it's got very expensive. It's still at good prices, so I'll find it for you at the best price and leave it below. But this is like, I think this is my favourite summer perfume at the moment. Having said that, I am absolutely loving Escada's Aqua del Sol, or Agua del Sol. This is a fruity orange, so it's a sorbet, like a sweet orange. This is definitely the sweetest of all the ones we've mentioned, but I think because it's that like an orange sorbet, orange gelato, it feels fresh. You know, sorbet gelato is something you eat when it's very hot and humid, right? So it kind of reminds you of that, like that coolness of having that icy eating something so cold and that icy feeling. But then it's got this sweet orange in there, which is really nice and very tropical. So I do think this would work for humid climates if you like your sweet oranges. One that I would definitely say too, actually, that I don't own because they're reasonably expensive and I can't justify buying more perfumes, is from Acqua de Parma. Their Blue Mediterranean range is so lovely. It's made for hot, humid weather. And my personal favourites are their Bergamotto one and their Arancia one. So Bergamotto, of course, is a lemony one, and Arancia is an orangey one, and that's literally what they are. They're like a pure lemon or a pure orange, very, very fresh. Like the Bergamotto one is so fresh. It's like a way lemony version of light blue, like a way, way, way more lemony. So really nice. There's nice body products that go with them. They're also unisex, so you can share them with your partner. Then the orange one is a little bit more warmer, but it's still like biting into that fresh orange in the heat. And I just think both of them are perfect for hot weather. They're just made for hot weather. And I love the bottles as well. That blue of the med is just really beautiful, deep blue. So guys, those are my top recommendations for humid weather perfumes. Let me know if you like any of these. Do you wear them? And I'm sure you'd have lots of others that you'd add to the list as well. So let me know down below in the comments. I do read all your comments. And yeah, that's it guys. So thanks so much for watching as always. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.